So, today, let's make our own personal mood board. A properly structured collection that shows your scribbly drawings and ideas in the form of a personalized album. We often scribble out pages and pages of various ideas and concepts that remain unused. Lost forever in those pages are many interesting stories, characters, and various forms of self-expressions. In a proper flow and structure, these not only show your creative process but can tell a lot about your personality, thus becoming an important form of self-expression. Right, now, that being said, let's see what we have in our stock and start putting our mood board together. But what does actually qualify for this mood board? How random can it be? Well, as random as you want it to be. It can be anything. Your love for traveling, exploring various places and capturing the vibe, feel and color palette of these locations. Or these can even be your rough scribbles during the very initial mind mapping phase. Everything qualifies until we put it together in properly structured manner. First, let's go through these pages and find something interesting ones to work on. Let's start with these. These pages contain various medieval siege machines that I sketched out while researching on the topic of medieval warfare for a concept. Some of those interesting and unique designs are showcased in these sketches. Now, rather than directly putting these as it is, I decided to display them in a Renaissance style manual. What I was actually going for was close resemblance to manuals and documents conceptualized by none other than Leonardo da Vinci. Although known as a famous Renaissance painter, he also was a true concept artist of his time. This also provided me with an opportunity to try out inking these drawings with a fountain pen, which would give me those rough and weathered edges, ideal for that vintage look. The research part for medieval warfare is quite fascinating. You would come across many interesting stories or events in context with these machines. How these were engineered or altered to serve a specific purpose against a specific enemy type, army, formation and tactics. The next set in line were these thumbnails for different key shots and storyboard panels. I have a habit of sketching these thumbnails in my sketchbook before sketching them digitally, or blocking them in a 3D software. You can have fun, try out different mediums and techniques for your pieces, and similarly, so did I. I had not used a brush pen in a long time and I almost forgot how satisfying drawing with a brush pen actually is. It provides a wide range of strokes effective for expressing dynamic poses and gestures. As you can see, I also decided to clean up few of the character sketches with the brush pen. The thumbnails and these character sketches will be sufficient to fill up the brush pen artwork section. One more medium that is similarly satisfactory and effective in expressing dynamic gesture drawing is charcoal. Now, mastery over an actual piece of charcoal takes a lot of practice, and thus I decided to use a charcoal pencil for these sketches. Where brush pens have a clear advantage in stroke variety, charcoal pencils are much better in blocking out various values and tones. On the contrary, for capturing environments and places, watercolor has always been my go-to medium, and stylized Ghibli-style version of various locations. These show my love for traveling and exploring various places and capturing the atmosphere, climate, and the vibe through color. Let's also put these character sketches which I did while binge watching a YouTube tutorial series. Some of you might relate to this. Oftentimes, you start scribbling or sketching just to get some mental stimulation while listening to a podcast, while watching long tutorials, or sometimes you feel like following the process you see in the tutorial. Ironically, some of these turn out to be much more interesting than the actual planned ones. With these artworks in place, let's quickly go through the pages of this album. Deep baritone harmonies, a chorus beyond compare. With each note that is sung, our hearts begin to sway. The nostalgia fills the room, taking us back to another day. Swinging in the moonlight, our spirits take flight. In this big band extravaganza, the rhythm feels so right. The trumpets blare in harmony, the music lights the way. Oh, swinging in the moonlight, we'll dance until the break of day. And just like that, with a fan poster, with a few rough character concepts that I might use for my future projects, the other artworks that I already shared in this video, and those interesting character designs at the end which I will build up in the near future, I think I'm ready to wrap this mood board up for the year of 2025. If you like this idea, I suggest you also try one for yourself. And until then, let's meet again by the end of year 2026 to add one more mood board to our collection.